Hi, everyone. I'm Roxie Deer from the Wayne County Area Chamber of Commerce. And tonight's Chamber Chat, I'm so excited to be joined with maybe one of Wayne County's most famous businesses, Warm Glow Candles. And Jackie Carberry is here with me. Jackie, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Oh, I hear a phone running in the background. Sorry.
You're a busy woman.
Yes,
You've got things going
thank
on
you for
all the
having
time.
me. Yeah, they're always ringing, aren't they? But anyway, thank you for having me. This is quite an honor.
I'm really excited to get to chat with you. I have learned so much about your business since I joined the chamber, and there are so many things that are going on at Warm Glow that people have no idea about. And I just want to share the story a little bit. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about Warm Glow, how you got started, where the company's at, everything and anything about Warm Glow?
Well, Roxy, I don't know if you know, but we're not a Richmond resident. We moved to Richmond in 1991. And when we came down here, I had a couple of jobs and I actually developed a critical disease, and husband and I worked our way through that. And then when we got on the other side of it, it was difficult for me to find a position, that I felt like I had the energy to deal with. So we started selling antiques, and we had a little shop on South 4th Street, I think, or 3rd Street, South 3rd Street. And it had antiques in it. And, we had like 4 different candle companies in that shop, and we couldn't keep candles. Candles became the staple of that store. And so that was kind of our market study on a one-way street in Richmond, Indiana. Using 4 different candle purveyors, we couldn't keep candles in that store. And we thought, wow, there needs to be another candle company out there. And we were dealing with a company from Lafayette who had decided that maybe it was time for them to move on. And we had decided we were going to buy that. And then in the final hours, they decided that the time wasn't really right. But we were already going down that track. We had made connections. We had talked to people about how to make candles and different things. So we took a leap of faith and just kind of started Warm Glow in the basement of our home from nothing.
Wow.
That was in 1994, I think. Yeah.
Wow. And you're not just in Centerville, Indiana. You have candles for sale all over the country. Talk about that process a little bit.
We do. We started out as candle manufacturers and wholesalers. That's where we started in the business. And so we go all over the country. We have like a permanent showroom down in Atlanta and out in Las Vegas at the Merchandise Mart, where those are international wholesale markets. And that's where we gain a lot of our customer base. But we're in, I don't know, around 2,000 stores throughout the continental United States. And then we have our one and only store that we own and operate out at exit 145 off of the interstate.
One of my favorite locations to visit because one, it's pet friendly, which is a big thing for me, but also it smells, and there's so many things. I mean, it smells so good when you walk in there, and you could walk for hours and just see so many things and do so many, like look at and touch and see all the fun stuff. It's one of my favorite places to go. I get in a lot of trouble when I go because I buy everything.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Jackie, talk a little bit about this past year has been unlike any year we've ever been through, and you've shifted the model of your company a little bit. You're offering VIP nights, online services. What promoted there? What prompted that? And what all are you doing?
Well, I think in these times, and you're right, they're very challenging times, it's essential to keep our guests safe, to keep our staff safe, but to keep us in business. I mean, and it's certainly a challenge. So yes, as our team, I've got a wonderful team of people around me. I do not do this by myself, could not do it by myself. The creative people around me are really the bread and butter of our company. And we just brainstorm different ways to try and keep our doors open, but keep people safe And of course, the web and the internet has grown exponentially this year, which is different for us. You know, we're really, as far as shipping, again, we're wholesale, so we're used to shipping in large volumes. So it took a bit to wrap our minds around in how to ship, maybe smaller orders. But we've done it. We did it with grace, style, and ease, and it's truly been a gift. But it certainly has been challenging.
What would you say to other business owners that are thinking about shifting their model or have tried something, maybe it didn't work out? What's your piece of advice for them?
Always keep trying. And you can always go back to the way you were doing it, but always keep trying. We have tried several things that maybe didn't work 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago that is more applicable now. And again, you can always go back, but you have to be open to new ideas. You have to be open to that change. Even in the best of times, we find our customers always want change. Our store is ever evolving.
It is.
You just want to become stale. And, you can try these things. And I really feel, and it's said all the time, and you probably understand too, that it's very true that you learn more from your mistakes than you learn from your successes.
Wow.
So you just have to keep trying, and you have to think outside the box and try new things. And again, bounce ideas off of people. Our VIP nights, I called several girlfriends and other professional women and said, do you think that this will work? And that's how it came about. None of us are in this alone.
So if someone's interested in, we have a guest.
We're on. Okay.
Jackie, if someone's interested.
You hearing me said he's stressed, so it was okay that he went by.
That's hilarious. It's 2020. You'll never know what you'll see on the Zoom.
That's right.
Jackie, if somebody's interested in doing a VIP night or learning more about your store, where do they go? Where can they find information?
Well, our website, www.warmglow.com. This weekend is our last weekend. We had one last night, and we have one tonight and Saturday, and then they're finished. But we had 9 VIP nights, and they were pretty successful, and we were pretty happy with it. And Gina puts everything out there on the website.
Great. And so you're not only a small business owner, you're also extremely involved in Centerville Main Street and other organizations in the community. Talk a little bit about what else you do.
Well, Roxie, to be perfectly honest with you, I used to be on many more boards than I am on now, but I'm very blessed to be a small part of Centerville Main Street. And, it's my understanding for years and years and years, Centerville has tried to develop a Main Street and just have a wonderful group of people. Our president is Kyle Turner, and we got it done, and it wasn't any small feat. So we are all really proud of that and proud to see what Centerville Main Street will be able to do in the future. All the projects, we've already done quite a few. We've gotten benches in Centerville. We've gotten flower pots. We've worked in the park, and we've done a lot of what we call low-hanging fruit, and we're reaching for that fruit on the top of the tree. So there'll be a lot more coming, and we're all really proud. Centerville has a lot to be proud of.
That's amazing. Every time I go to Christmas in Centerville, or I even drive downtown, go to 5 Arch or even to Warm Glow, you see Centerville trying in also doing it really well, improving and making it look like a community where people are walking around, they're talking, they're getting out and they're living in their community. And that's a great opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for noticing that. It's not an easy thing to get done, but you're right. And, this is where we live and we work, and so we're vested here, and we want to make sure that the town succeeds as well. But thank you so much for noticing, and I know how aware and how much you do in Wayne County, and so coming from you, that's a lot. Thanks.
Thank you. Well, Jackie, thank you so much for joining me for this interview. You are just a powerhouse in our community, and I'm so thankful to get to know you, to get to work alongside you. And we appreciate your business being a part of our community.
Well, thank you. And the Chamber is such a wonderful organization. And, you know, a shout out to anyone, if you need help, the Chamber is always there for you. And we're really glad for that too, because you all are, I don't know that the general public or people understand how much the Chamber does with the amount of people that you have on your team. So kudos to you all.
Well, thank you. We're a small but mighty team.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Thank you, Jackie, so much for joining me today. And next up, our next interview will be with another local owner, Pete Zaleski and Ray Zaleski from Phillips Drugs. Stay tuned. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Chamber Chat. I'm excited today to talk to a business owner, or two business owners in downtown Richmond, Pete and Ray Zaleski from Phillips Drugs. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So there are a lot of things going on right now that we're going to talk about today, but let's just start. Tell us a little bit about your business. If people haven't heard, you don't have just one, two, you have 3 locations, correct? And what do you do? What makes you unique?
Well, certainly we have 3 stores. We started with my father in 1955 and have had various different stores, but we have 3 now. Community pharmacy, prescriptions, free delivery, charge accounts, all community-oriented type activities. We have done things in town, and we've been through the explosion, construction, the promenade. So COVID's just another step in that ladder that we've been. But Pete,
yeah, it's been around for 65 years. It's really exciting to make some improvements to the business in the recent couple years. With the downtown business, we've done a complete renovation on the outside, done some incremental work on the inside, still a little bit more to do there, but and also started on our east side location doing some renovations.
So talk a little bit about your renovations, and then we'll talk about the award you just won.
So trying to bring back a little bit of the feel of the old building, yet still a modern look to the building. Opened up the corner of the downtown store back to the way the corner was opened up pre-explosion days, and having the terrazzo tile there. Lot more windows and sunlight let in. Update for ADA access, so it's easy for folks to get in that have mobility issues or in a wheelchair or a walker, and still trying to give the great service that we hope we can provide.
Absolutely. And the Community Improvement Awards just handed out the Exemplary Award to Phillips Drugs for the improvements to the store. You're doing improvements to the east side location. Talk about those.
Well, we redid the exterior of the building kind of to mimic the look of the downtown store, same style. And we're about 3/4 of the way through that project. We still have to do the awning signage and some of the little things, but completely redid the outside of that building. And that building, much like older buildings, has been many things over its life, anything from a Pizza Hut, on. And so we're trying to blend those all together so they look more uniform and, more like a store like we want to have. So.
They're gorgeous buildings. And I think every time I drive by Phillips, I think about the history of the community. What does it mean to you to be a lifelong business owner or business owners in Wayne County, a family-owned business? Why is that important to you?
Well, number one, we're just so lucky to have been in business this long. And as a family, we are in my grandmother, my dad, of course, and then I have a brother, sisters, and then we have nephews now that are in with us, in the stores. So we're so very lucky that we've been able to survive all the little steps we've had, and that we still have family that wants to work with us. That's a struggle sometimes, but we're very proud of the fact that we've found our niche in the community, and the community has supported us, because obviously, no business stays around, let alone for 5 years, let alone 65 years, unless you have some support from the community. So that's a two-way street. We try to work with our customers, and they certainly have worked with us in a big way for the last 65 years.
Absolutely. We just heard an interview with Jackie Carberry from Warm Glow, and she talked about how the community and the businesses always have to work together. Have you seen the community working with your business, and how has that relationship happened? That's a tough one.
No, and I think the key part of that question is relationships, and having relationships in the community, whether it's working with units of government, whether it's working with other businesses in town, the chamber. All those pieces are important, and the relationships you build are what really are your roots in the community, and those are what have assisted us all the way along the way.
Absolutely. I think relationships especially are important during COVID, right? Because you want to trust your local pharmacist, you want to be able to trust the person that you're getting, and you want to support local. And when I think about where am I going to go to get my medicine, I want it to be somebody who's local and who is invested in their community. And that's why I choose Phillips, and I know why others have chosen Phillips. Talk a little bit, I know you said COVID was just another bump in the story. Talk about how your business shifted, what you've seen from your end of the world during COVID.
Well, we started off pretty early on with infection control plan a policy that we put together, and have been pretty diligent about that. If you walk in our stores, you better see all our employees wearing masks. We've put the guards up at the registers to try to give an extra layer of protection to both the customers and our employees. And the other big piece of our business is the delivery. And there's a lot of folks that just can't make it out, don't want to make it out, or for whatever reason. And we're able to reach out to those folks that are in their homes. And that actually has expanded. So even in the middle of COVID, we ended up expanding our delivery service. We purchased another vehicle, added a driver, just to assist with managing that load of deliveries and making sure that people are getting their prescriptions, and doing a lot more at-home deliveries for folks.
That's amazing. I was in a conversation earlier this week about when somebody's quarantined, it happens really suddenly and you don't have time to prepare. You're going to the doctor because you have a sore throat, and then the next thing you know, you're in a 2-week quarantine, if not longer, and you need essential things, and Phillips is able to provide that in a safe way.
Yeah, and the folks that tell us that they're dealing in a COVID positive house, we make a note for our drivers so they know just to drop it on the doorstep and walk away.
Yeah, stay away.
Get their prescriptions in a safe manner.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that. And I know a lot of our community members do too. Talk a little bit about being a locally owned business in downtown Richmond right now. How has that challenged you? How has that given you a community to build on? Just what's it like to be a downtown business right now?
We'd like a lot more partners down there.
If there was somebody who was thinking about starting a business downtown or wanted to start a business downtown, what would you say to them?
There is a great opportunity still in downtown Richmond. We've grown that business. We figured when we expanded to 3 stores, our business would branch out a little more to our satellite stores, and it actually grew downtown even in the midst of that. There is great opportunity down there. But again, it's making sure you're building those relationships. I think businesses working in partnership with each other downtown is critical. we can help feed each other as downtown businesses, and that's really critical to help lean on each other to expand each other's business.
Absolutely. How would you describe your business model? What would you say are some of your top goals?
Well, I mean, pharmacy is kind of a standalone type business in a way, because, you know, there's that need that everyone has. So our business model has always been to supply for that need. You know, I don't know that that changes much over the years. How we supply that need changes, you know. So the way we dispense prescriptions has changed significantly over the years, with more deliveries, more compliance packs, more partnerships with practitioners, actually, in groups.
Yeah, and we have changed over the years of how we deliver. So a large percentage of our business now, we're packaging medications lined out for folks. So their morning meds are in a packet that's perforated, their noon meds, their evening meds, and just offering increased levels of service and trying to do that in a manner that's economical, that is and sustainable.
Well, I want to thank you both. I think our community is always thinking about these long-term businesses that have been a staple of our community for so many years, and 65 years is just an incredible. You look at the old pictures of downtown Richmond, you see Phillips, and to know it's still there and it's still a thriving business it gives me like goosebumps, because there is long-term success in Wayne County, and your bags always say like good neighborhood pharmacy, I think, and to me that is like the definition of Phillips. So thank you for your continued investment in our community, but also being the good business owners that you are.
Thank you, Roxie.
Thanks for joining me today. And if you would like to learn more about Phillips, you can visit their Facebook page. And is there a website?
PhillipsDrugs.com.
Okay. And you can always call their locations as well and stop into any 3 of their locations. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thanks.